Welcome back to CAD 102, and in this next lesson we are going to draw an orthographic drawing with an isometric view. This is going to be project 15, and let's jump in there and get started with it. Now I've got this drawing pulled up beside of me. I'm going to take off drawing it so you guys can go ahead and pull that one up for yourself and be able to look at it. But you see it's 3 inches. I want to use that as my width, my 3 inches, and that would be my front view where that's at. So I'm going to start at line, start at 0, 0, enter. Get my computer working now. Line 0, 0. There we go. Turn my ortho on. I want to shoot this thing across 3 inches and zoom in. The overall height of this object comes all the way up to there. And if you can see, there's a divot in there at 1.5, so we got 0.75 1, so it'd be 0.75 from 1 would be 0.25 there. Okay, so 1.5 and 0.75 overall would be 1.75, it looks like to me. We'll go back and check a few things on that. And now looking at the front of it here, like we said, it's going up 0.5, offset 0.5 on the bottom of it. And I'm looking at this as a front view. Coming over 1 inch, so I'm going to use my offset again off this side here, 1 inch. And I grab this, just escape, pull that straight down, catch it there, and that actually needs to come up another 1/4 inch right there, 0.25. So I'll just use my offset again, 0.25, shoot that up to there. And you guys are probably starting to see some of this coming to life. So we got that, 0.25, and this over here is 0.5. There's a line coming offset off this. Offset 0.5. There we go. This just kind of comes into that, like that. This one only goes up 1 inch, so I'll offset 1 inch on this and bring that over. And this up here I would have to trim out. And there's going to be an angle coming off of this one. Looks like at about a 45-degree clip. Now I'm just going to check something. From this point here up to this point should be that should actually be 1.5. So we might have to add more to that. Let's make sure everything, that's 0.5, this is 0.75, it's perfect. I might not have added enough material to it. So it's always good to check as you go. 1.75, 75 overall. Oh yeah. So this one should have been 1.5 from there to there. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do, we'll just offset this bottom piece here at how far was that? 1.5. We'll come right off this at 1.5. That way we'll know we're dead on the money. Okay. looking good so far. Then I want to come over from this point. It looks like I need to come over just a little bit. It's really not telling me a whole lot there. But I do know this is a 45-degree angle, so I can hit line. I can set this up at 45. Put my 45-degree in. Just like that. Trim out what I do not need. And let's make sure this go in here. I always like to check things as I go, so I don't make sure I don't mess up. Perfect. Come back a half of an inch from here, so you can actually do a line if you wanted to and come back a half, and then that one's going to come down. It's hitting right there at that point. Okay, and then we got another ½ inch offset off that. Looks something like that. So we're getting the basics of it laid out here. It looks pretty good. Now also, there's going to be a hidden line coming down through here. And I didn't use my template that I had made before. I should have. But I want to put that line in here like that. And I'll have to make myself a layer. And make myself a new, call it a hidden line type. I'll load in a hidden line real quick. So the only thing I'm really worried about right now is your object line, your hidden line, and the center line. So let's go ahead and get us a hidden line in. Line weight is about a 0.3 on those. So I'll grab that. I'll do a hidden line. For right now, it looks good. This line you see here, there'll be another hidden line coming off of this, coming down from there to there. We'll change it to a hidden line. That's fine right there. Okay. Now you can't really tell those hidden lines. If you click on them and go to properties, we can change the LT scale on those a little bit. And line type scale, let's go like a 0.5. We'll make them look something like that. They look a little bit more accurate on that side of it. We do have a hole in this thing too. We can go ahead and put our hole in. Center radius. And it's coming over 0.75 up 0.25. Okay, so it would be right in the dead center of this. So I can actually just come in here, bring this across to 0.25, and put me a center radius in. And it's at it's on diameter. So I change it to diameter 0.25. We'll have that in there. And then the next one, we've got a hole over here that is ½ inch over, so it'd be lined up. Now there is something not right here. When I start looking at this, there's something that just doesn't look exactly right. This should have went over 1 inch before it done a 45 degree. So I want to take and I want to move this over to right there. And I would just about guarantee you, after I got looking at this, if I come over 1 inch, or actually it'd be a ½ inch from that point, and then done a 45, it'd be like that. So it's good to get caught with this. And catch the issues that you might have. So I want to do this angular. It's 45. It's perfect. That looks a little better, folks. That looks a lot better. So now I want to come in here and right down the center here in this 1/2 inch diameter, I want to offset it 1/4 inch from both sides, from there and from there, and these will be hidden lines as well. Hidden, and let me just go ahead. I want to match properties with these so they'll have the same look. So there's our hidden lines. And everything else is looking pretty good. So now we got our front view in. Looks really good. Now let's go ahead and project our top view. So what I do is I project up. Bring that across. Now I got to get my depth. My depth is 2 inches. So offset 2. And right there is my overall shape of my top. And it just folded up. And I'll go ahead and start my right side. I'll just pull it over. And I'm randomly going to just nearest. It's fine. I'll pull that right up. Come right off that point, and you see where those two meet at the beginning of your right side, the beginning of your top. I'm going to put that 45-degree miter in. Okay, so now when I hit this point and come over and touch that point, I come straight down, and there's my depth. Check out this, there's my height. So that quick and easy, we've got all of it set up. That's the first thing I do. I just go ahead and box them out and they're ready to go. Now what I want to do is I'll come up here to the top. It'd be fine. On the top, let's project and get this top view on here. So we know right there is that angle that's right there, and it comes down through here just a little ways. By looking at that, that is 1 inch wide, so I just do an offset of 1 inch, boom to boom, trim, don't need that or that. So here's the top, and then here's that angle that's coming down through here. And we know right here is a little line, it goes from there to there, get rid of that. So here's this section, here's this angle here, and here's this top. Now we need to come in here and also show this because it kind of cuts in and goes over. So line, this point, start right there and come up, and it says 1/2 inch, and then come straight over. So trim, okay. And this right here would actually be trimmed right there. Kind of a weird looking shape, isn't it? Alright, all that looks good. Now we do have a hole in it, so you could actually project this up, bring that straight up, bring that straight up, and let's trim it all out. Just like that. Put us a line right through the center of it here. And the reason I'm doing that for is I can come up here and hit me a center radius, boom, boom, put that right in, and then delete out all the stuff that you do not need. So here's that. Everything's looking pretty decent so far. Come here, from there to there. And this right here, that all blends. Slowly but surely, right? And then we got this little section right here that sticks out. Looks like a 1/2 inch over, so I'll just do me a 1/2 inch offset. And that doesn't go all the way back over there. It's 1 inch. So offset again 1 inch. I'll sketch that there. Bring that straight down. Bring that over. So far, so good. And this line's actually going to stretch just a little bit past. And I'll put it for right there for right now. And it's going to offset 1/4 of an inch up that way. And I can take now, tie that in together there. That comes back there, and then just got to trim out this. And there's a lot going on here, but for the most part, this is what you're looking at so far. Line, I hit my quadrant, I'll send that through. I'll send that one through. I trim out what I do not need. And those are going to be hidden lines. You can't see those holes going through it, but they are going through it, so it's a hidden. I'll match the property with these. Remember, I changed the property on them so you could see it, the line type scale. So far, so good, guys. Let's do the right side view. Alright, so now, what are we going to see on the right side view? Well, we're going to see this thing right here, for the most part, go across the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. From there, all the way back to there, as you can see. So there is the bottom of that. And then also, you're going to see this right here. Coming down. And that's that taper and all that 45-degree angle coming down through there. I'll delete that. So you'll see this one coming all the way across. You'll see this angle coming in like that. That looks good. Alright. And then you're going to see a couple other things come to light. You're going to see this line right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. It'll be hidden. You can't see this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And that's that, this is that line on the bottom here. And it's coming across down through there. Now we know that this line here is going to come on down just a little bit further. So I'm going to take and move this one over to about right in there. Line, I'll catch this one, I'll bring it down just a little bit, 1/4 of an inch. Okay? Off that top. No, actually it comes down 1/2 of an inch. So it's going to meet right up, more than likely, with that line that we just put in. If I do 1/2 of an inch, they should just about meet right up. And both of those will be hidden lines. Okay? We'll match properties with this and make it look a little bit more accurate. Okay? So we got that line in there, that hidden. Okay, but now that doesn't come all the way over. It actually kind of comes up because there's that 1/4 inch up. This thing right here comes into play, and it sticks up 1/4 of an inch. You see that right there in the front. So I'm going to grab that, bring it over, touch that point, come down, look over here and grab that, and catch it right there. So at that point, I can go ahead and trim this stuff off. And then this one comes back to that point. And this one needs to be hidden as well. And of course we match the properties to match all the other stuff that we have. So when we turn that one in, let's see here. I don't need that line on there. So we've got that on there, and it's showing that in that position. It looks good so far. And we don't need this anymore, do we? Actually, that will be trimmed out, because that will be gone. because this is that slope here, and we're looking at all this stuff right over here that goes all the way through. And then we have like this little nook right here. It kind of goes back into it. Let's grab it, come over, and from here to there is that little hidden line. And that little nook and cranny. And actually, that goes all the way down to this level right here. So this will be there. Just like that. Alright. We're getting there slowly. And basically, I think, for the most part, we've got this thing just about whipped. Come up here and make sure you put that hole in. It's coming from there to there, and from there to there. Let's get rid of these. And these would be hidden lines. Go ahead and I'll change that to hidden. I'll match the property. And we do have a hole that goes through the whole thing going sideways. So I'm going to grab this one from here to there, and then from there to there. And we'll call it hidden lines on those as well. And they're hidden because you can't see them, but they're there, and they go all the way through like it. There's a lot going on with this drawing, aren't they? But I believe that has everything on there that we need. There's a lot of busyness going on here, but hopefully that's starting to make some sense to you, how all this stuff works. And I'm going to delete that, and I'll go ahead and delete that. And right there is what I get in my top, front, and right side for that drawing. If you have any questions, that was a lot. That was a pretty tough drawing to start out with, but I want you all to take your time and be able to visualize this. And if you have any questions, let me know.